Welcome to the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. We are here in Galena, Ohio at Double Eagle Golf Club, one of the nicest clubs in the country. We're going to use the par 3 golf course here that is in fabulous shape to work on your short game, work on your ball striking, and make you a better player. All right, everybody, one of the hardest things in golf, it's crazy. We have this little golf ball that we have to hit 400 yards and get it in a hole this big. And one of the hardest shots in golf is actually the pitch shot that is maybe 25 yards from the hole. It's such a difficult shot to master because it takes a lot of practice. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna give you 3 different drills right now to make you a better pitcher of the golf ball. I've seen so many great players drive it up there 40 yards from the green in a scramble. I'm sure you guys do it too. All you got to do is get this close to be able to make a birdie. You chunk it, you hit it a little thin, you don't have any confidence. So you have to work on it. But I'm gonna give you 3 kind of fun drills to help you work on it that's gonna make you better. And it's also gonna give you an understanding of why things happen and how you can fix them. Okay. First and foremost here, we have 2 just basic alignment rods that I have on the ground right here. So I've got these alignment rods about 4 club heads apart from each other, okay? About 4 club heads apart. So what we want to do right here is we want to put the ball about right in the middle of these club heads, and the reason, of these alignment sticks, and the reason that we're doing this is going to teach us shallow, and it's going to teach us too steep, okay? And the reason it's gonna do that is when I set up to hit this chip shot, if I come in too shallow, and a lot of you do this, right? A lot of you take it back and you come back on your backside because you wanna lift the ball up. And when you go to lift the ball up and you're too shallow, you're gonna hit this stick right here, okay? And that's something that typically I see a lot of players because they wanna help it off the ground. I mean, we're here at Double Eagle, one of the most beautiful clubs in the country. The fairways are perfect. This ball cannot sit any better, which sometimes for, the guys pitching and chipping the ball makes it more difficult, right? You're afraid to stay down and turn through that shot. So that's why going downwards on the downswing here, if you hit this, you're getting too shallow. Now on the other side of it, if you're somebody that gets their hands too far forward and you get too steep, you're gonna hit this alignment stick here. So it's gonna teach you the difference between too shallow and too steep. And again, it's feedback. If you do it on your own without these things sitting here, it's tough to get the feedback to understand what's the best. So again, about 4 club head lengths in here. I'm gonna take my stroke and I'm gonna try to stay just shallow enough, to not hit that, but not so steep that I'm gonna hit that front one. It's hard, right? It's a difficult thing, but again, this is all feedback. So I'm gonna set up, kind of stay as shallow as I can stay through this shot. And as you could see, I hit down on the golf ball just enough to get it going forward, but I didn't get so steep that I hit the stick. So again, it's really teaching you how to use the bounce of the club is what it is. So if you use the bounce of the club properly here, you're gonna be able to come down and you're gonna be able to miss this from a shallow standpoint, but you're not gonna get so steep to be able to hit this on the way through. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna give you a different tip. Number 2, a lot of times what I see, we're gonna get rid of the alignment sticks right now. A lot of times what I see with chippers that struggle and pitchers that struggle with the golf ball is that they get to here and they stop, right? They stop their body moving and their arms just go. How many of you do this when you're pitching? So what I want you to do is I want you to feel like the butt of that club is stuck right in your stomach right here. So if the butt of the club is stuck right in your stomach right here, and I want you to turn and rotate this way to hit chip shots. Now again, this is just a drill. You're not gonna really turn this much to hit just a little pitch shot here, but it's a drill to give you the feeling of rotating your body with your arms in the shot. If you can do this, you won't stick it in, you won't get as steep when you're coming into the golf ball, you won't stick it in the ground, so make it a lot easier. So again, I'm gonna feel like the butt of the club's right in my stomach, I'm gonna turn back with it, and the most important thing is I'm gonna turn through with it. I'm really not worried about where the golf ball goes here, I'm just worried about solidness of contact, and I'm really trying to feel my body rotate through the shot right here As you can see, I just rotated my body back and through, and I felt like this was like stuck in my stomach to hit that shot. So that's tip number 2. Number 3, this is probably one of the most important ones. It all comes from setup, right? So when I see people set up to the golf ball, what I typically see is they get set up, feet a little close together, they bump their weight forward, right? Because I always say put weight forward on your, in your stance, get the ball about the center or maybe a little bit back. But what you can see right here is look what happens. My right shoulder goes down. And if my right shoulder is down like this, then I'm not going to be able, look what's going to happen. Right shoulder's down, I'm going to bottom out back here. If you bottom out back here, obviously not good for chipping. So another, and the last good drill, and again, these 3 are all just drills. I'm not expecting great results from here. I'm just expecting you to learn how to use the wedge, use the bounce, and get solid contact. Another drill. So go ahead and get set up like you normally would. Go ahead and bump that weight forward like you would, but then I want you to take your right foot off the ground. Look what happens when you take your right foot off the ground. Your shoulders square, right? Right foot off the ground, shoulders square. And so that's how we want to get your body set up to hit chip shots. Shoulders more square, so the club will bottom out at the ball, not like this. So when you get set up, take that right foot off the ground and hit some chip shots in that direction, in that way, with your shoulders more square and not tilted, and that's going to help you a lot from a standpoint of where the club bottoms out in contact. So super easy to hit the ball first in that position. All right, when we come back, we're here at Double Eagle Golf Club, right here on the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. Welcome to the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. We are here at Double Eagle Golf Club, and we are standing on their beautiful par 3 golf course. And we're going to work on ball striking right now, making sure that you hit the ball first and compress the ball. There's something in the golf swing that I think that is kind of a misnomer that most of you probably believe. I think that most people think at impact that they want that right arm straight to be able to release the golf club, right? That is not even like close to the right thing that we want to do to make a good strike with the golf ball. If you watch Tiger, watch Viktor Hovland, their right arm is actually bent at impact when they're striking the golf ball. So how are we going to do that? First things first, let's do a little drill. Let's lift the golf club straight up in the air, right? Let's bend our right arm right into our side, let it bend into our side, and then go down and feel what that's going to feel like at impact, right? That's what we want to feel, is that at impact right there. So the right arm is bent. What that's going to do is that's going to also force you to make good contact that you have to continue, obviously, to rotate through that shot. A lot of you stop your lower body and straighten the right arm. You actually want to feel that right arm bent, and it'll cause you to continue to have to rotate through the shot. So when I set up to this shot right here, I'm going to lift my arm up, I'm going to bend my right arm, let it stay bent like this, then feel myself really get into impact in that position. That's going to help me strike the golf ball first, and it's going to help me continue to rotate through the shot, or I won't get to the golf ball at all. Kind of like this. As you can see, that strike, you could hear that sound because I had to continue to rotate. All right, second thing that we're going to work on there is path from there. What I'll see a lot of people do is if they keep that right arm bent, they allow that face to stay open and they swing the golf club out that way. So another good drill for you is I want you to grip the golf club here, and I want you to grip it almost to the bottom. Leave about maybe 6 to 10 inches here at the bottom of the club, all right? Set up in this position just like you're getting ready to hit a golf shot. Take it back to the top like this, and then as we go through, you're going to feel this handle work left, and you're going to feel the club face work right down the path, right at the cameras there, right? Right down the path and right at the cameras there. If I swing it out, I'm going to hit myself in the stomach, right? So that handle is going to work left, and I'm going to swing it right at the cameras. If we do it from this direction here, same thing. Split handle, right? Get in this position like I'm getting ready to hit a golf shot. Take it back to the top, right? As I work down, I'm going to feel the handle work left around me. I'm going to feel that club head work right down at the target. If we try to throw it out to the right, we're going to hit ourselves in the stomach. So it's the same concept. I have to continue to rotate with that handle going left. If you're somebody who hits behind the golf ball a lot, or maybe stands up and thins it a lot, that is because you're trying to straighten that right arm too early, and you're stopping your rotation, your body's stopping. So let's get over the golf ball and let's really focus on allowing that right arm to stay bent, allowing our body to rotate and turn right down the target line. And again, you'll hear the strike will be so much better because you're gonna hit the golf ball first and you'll take the divot afterwards. Again, you can hear that sound is just so much better because I continue to rotate through and I hit the golf ball first. More Swing Clinic after the break here at Double Eagle Golf Club presented by Beacon Orthopedics. We got way more stuff to fix in your golf game, so stick around. Welcome back to the Swing Clinic presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. We're here on the par 3 golf course at Double Eagle Golf Club. Got my man Bernie, partner with us at Teed Up Productions, and Claire's on vacation, and I can hear all you behind the television screens booing right now. Sorry, buddy.
Got to fill in for.
You're getting booed right now, dude.
Yeah, pretty tough.
But I'm tired. It's hot out here, so I needed somebody else to hit some shots for me. So right now we're going to work on where your club face should point at the top of your golf swing in your backswing. Backswing's important, right? Because you can make a bad backswing and sure you can reroute the club and get it in a right spot, but it's hard. So let's get you to make a good backswing, get your tilt proper, and if we could do that, it's a lot easier to get back to the golf ball. So I'm gonna take Bernie's 8-iron right here. Let me see this, right? And I'm gonna take a tee and put it in his golf club. So you could take a tee, a pencil, whatever you wanna do, put it in a golf club. This just helps you understand of what we're doing right now. So Bernie's gonna set up to the middle golf ball. You'll see why we have 3 golf balls here in a minute. So Bernie's gonna set up to the middle golf ball. So if Bernie takes the golf club back, and Bernie, what I want you to do is take it back a little flat, like kind of around you flat. So he's gonna take it back and a little more in this direction. So as Bernie takes that golf club back flat, as you see, if he went back down, and it actually just kind of from the top of his golf swing as he went back down, that tee would be pointing at that outside golf ball. So again, let's get it back flat from here. If we drew a straight line going back as he comes back down, that tee is going to be pointed at that outside golf ball, right? That means he's a little bit too shallow. If he comes down to hit this ball in the middle, club face is going to stay wide open. He's going to have to flip it to get it to that position. So that's in a bad spot. Second thing is I'm going to have Bernie do is I'm going to take him and I'm going to have him get the golf club across the line. So take it to the top. So across the line, there you go, means in this direction here, right? So as he goes down, you'll see that tee is pointed to that inside golf ball. So from here, he's probably not gonna have any room. He's gonna come over the top. He's gonna stick the golf club in the ground, and he's gonna be in trouble. So what's number 3, Bern? We're gonna try to get it to point right at the middle. So go ahead and set up to it. Proper turn to the top. And as you see, he's not across the line, he's straight down the line from here. That tee points right at that middle golf ball, right there. And that's what we want to do. Scotty Scheffler, greatest ball striker in the world right now, used this drill a ton to make sure that he wasn't too flat, to make sure he wasn't across the line. He would take it to the top. He'd look where that tee was pointing as he started down. And if that tee was pointing at the golf ball, he was in good shape. So we'll challenge our editor Lee here to go ahead and take it to the top. Okay, too flat. That line from here is going to point out here, right? 2 across the line. That line from here is going to point inside the golf ball. And a good proper tilt, that line is going to go right down at the golf ball. And all Bernie's going to have to do, Bernie's a good athlete, from here is just bam, hit the golf shot from right there. So take it to the top and really just focus on that tee. Stop, focus on that tee, point to the ball. Do a little pump so you can tell yourself while you're doing it. Like on, there you go, watch it, there you go, good. Boom, boom, right. Do it again. Take it to the top, put right there. Now when you're practicing, that's all I want you to focus on. I don't care about solidness of contact. All I want Bernie to focus on is getting that tee to go right at the ball. Go ahead and hit one there and just feel that, Bern. Just focus on the tee. Little thin, but your path was good there, Bern. That was good. All right, if Claire doesn't show up off vacation, we'll let Bernie stick around here a little bit longer. Right here on the Swing Clinic. It's all presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. Welcome back to the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. We've been in a bunker many times. I showed you how to hit bunker shots on the Swing Clinic for the last 7 years. Here, though, as you can see, we have a really high face We got to hit a high bunker shot. It's probably got to stop. The greens here at Double Eagle on the par 3 here, they're just perfect. They're like forever lawn. You can't even see a ball mark or anything. They're like, if you had one of our forever lawn mats, they're just perfect, right? So what I'm going to teach you to do is how to hit a high bunker shot, right? Come out a little soft and hit it high. And it actually is different than what we typically would do in a normal bunker shot. So Bernie, go ahead and set up to this ball. So normally in a bunker shot, as Bernie's set up, he's a little taller, you know, he's got normal, you know, width to his stance, and that's all good. That's what we do. And I actually would probably have Bernie kind of get the club go up a little bit steep. Right here is what I would do to try to hit this bunker shot, right? We're going to change all that. So because we want to hit this high, what I want you to do is, Bernie, I want you to get a wider stance, get pretty wide, right? So he's pretty wide, and I want the ball to be a little bit in the front, right? And of course, though, because we're trying to hit this high, we're going to open the face up a little bit. So wide stance, ball a little bit in the front, open that face even a little bit more, okay? So now this is where we're gonna change things a little bit. Besides getting wide, I want you to sit and get low. So I want you to sit. Now that's what you normally wouldn't see. In fact, Jason Day practices out here all the time. You watch him, and this is how he plays bunker shots, right? He's very crouched, he sits, keeps that knee flexion really good. Again, we're changing things from our normal bunker shot to get this thing high and get it up in the air. So let's do that again. Get there, sit. Now, as you can see, Bernie's hands aren't up front, right? We're not up here in this position. His hands are about even with the golf ball. Now, here's the difference. I'm gonna have Bernie go ahead and take this club back, and I'm gonna have him take it around him a little bit more, right? As you can see, this face stays open. I'm gonna have him keep it around him a little bit more, and we're gonna be able to kind of slide this club underneath. Now, as Bernie sits, the one thing that's gonna help him do that and get around him a little more is I want his hands low too. So the more you sit, the more I want your hands to get low. So allow those hands to get down there as you do that. So again, yeah, around you, low hands will allow you to slide that club right underneath. So again, we'll go through it one more time. He's crouched down, wider stance. Look how low his stance is. He's not gonna pick the club up like we might do normally in a bunker shot. We're gonna let him go around him. Keep those hands low through impact, Bernie. Good, swing through it. Let's see if it works for him. First time he's ever done this, folks, I promise. We haven't even had a practice shot here. Around you, stay flexed, stay down, keep the hands low. Good, Bern, good. See how he got it up over that lip right there? Don't go in. Oh, man.
Keep rolling.
And he stayed down. The key to this shot is really staying crouched and staying down. As soon as you stand up, you're gonna be in trouble. It's uncomfortable to stay down, and it's also uncomfortable to probably work around you as much, because typically bunker shots, we're going up and down a little bit. These bunkers are so perfect out here, though. They'll pass right underneath it, and it'll help a lot. All right, we come back. We got more stuff to help your golf game right here from Galena, Ohio, right here on the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. All right, welcome back to Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. Look at this little touch shot right here, right? So many people struggle with this shot. Little chunk, little thin. It's tough, right, Bern? Tough little, like, soft hand shot right here that you got to hit. And the reason people struggle with this shot is because they use too much right hand. For Bernie, a right-handed player, left-handed player is too much left hand. They want to control it with that hand. So set up to that shot right there, Bern, just in that position, right? So what I see people do is go ahead and take it back. They take it back to here, then all of a sudden that right hand takes over, and this happens. You want to help it up. You want to try to slide it under there. You want to do what you're going to do to make that happen. And it's usually very jerky, it's very quick, and it doesn't allow you to have any tempo. So what I like people to do here is go ahead and set up to it when they're practicing is, let's move that golf ball, there you go. Take it back, take that right hand off, and just swing it through with your left hand. Good, do it again. Take it back. Nope, put that right hand on first. There you go. Take it back, right hand off, swing it through your left hand. Now you don't have that right hand to kind of give it a little ginch at the bottom. You'll be able to just turn through it. There you go, and make it happen. Butch Harmon actually showed this to Natalie. She showed it to me because I was struggling with chipping, as I usually do. And that's what happens at the bottom is the right hand takes over. So you can actually hit chip shots this way. Set up to it. Take it back. Go through, that's right, and let that left hand.
Take the hand off?
Take the hand off. Just normal chip, normal routine. Good, look at that. How'd that feel?
Pretty easy right there.
Yeah, right, do it again. Same thing. Don't change your rhythm here, right? Don't stop. Take it back, let the right hand just fall off, and just pull through that left. Look at that. Nice, soft shots. Comes off the club. I mean, that had nice touch to it at the bottom, right? I could see Bernie's eyes. He's like, whoa, maybe I'll chip like this.
It works.
Yeah. So again, I think it's really important for you to understand why the bad stuff happens. Bad stuff happens because it's a hand. So let's eliminate it. So as you put both hands on it, just feel that happening. That right hand's really doing nothing, and that left hand's pulling through. That ball, that club won't stop. It'll keep moving through. Your body turns through. You're gonna be much better around the greens right here. Short game's gonna get a lot better. All right, folks, this drill is probably for the little better player here. We want to narrow your misses, right? I think a lot of guys get up to the ball and they just set up to it, and girls get up to the ball and they set up, and they're not really worried about where they're aiming or their club path, right? You have to make those misses smaller, you have to narrow them, and the way you do it is you correct your club path and you focus a little bit more. So take an alignment stick, take probably like a head cover. You'll see, I've watched Vijay Singh do this with like actual things that would probably break his club if he hit it. But take something that you're not gonna break your club with and make your path. Look how straight this gets. So look at it and see, okay, if I swing down my target line and I get in between that stick and that head cover, this ball should start on line, right? Should be good. So that's what I wanna do. So again, I'm gonna practice to narrow my misses a little bit and not start it right or left, because it's so easy just to sit there and just hit balls and not really focus that close. So this is gonna allow me to focus a little tighter on my club path, my aim, everything. And if you hit a lot of balls this way, this is gonna make you a better player for sure. So focus on starting the ball on the right line, getting it started out right, and you'll hit a lot better shots. Now again, that ball started dead on line right there because I was very focused on my path and how it worked. Great show here today from Double Eagle. We hope you helped your golf game in all facets around the green, ball striking, and everything else. And thanks for watching us this week on The Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics.